Well, it's Uncommon Fossil today presenting a deck featuring Magikarp. I don't think I've made a video in the past with a Magikarp deck before because they're generally not good. This one is okay, but as far as Magikarps go, that makes it pretty good. So this Magikarp has the Raging Fin attack. It does 10 plus 30 more damage for each Magikarp and Gyarados in your discard pile. So 2 colors energy. So most of the time we're going to pay with double turbo. And it does play Ditto, because Ditto, by the way, which 4 copies of Ditto, 4 copies of Magikarp, 4 copies of Gyarados. The Ditto, with the sudden transformation abilities, this Pokemon can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile, except for Pokemon with a rule box. So it can't copy, so it can copy Magikarp, which is great. You need the energy to pay for it, so we attach a double turbo to Ditto, copy Magikarp. The reason we want to attack with Ditto is, ideally, we want to get, if we get 8 cards in the discard pile, 4 Magikarp, 4 Gyarados, that's the most damage we can do. So that's 30, right, times 8, 240, 250, minus 20. So we could do 230, which of course is good on a single prize Pokemon for 1 energy attachment, but it's a lot of work to get there. You're not doing that right away. So, but you can hit decent damage, honestly, even on your first turn. It's just after that, improving the deck is tough. So 4 Magikarp, as expected. You could do the lively grouping attack as well. Search your deck for any number of Magikarp, reveal and put into your hand, shuffle your deck just to get going if that's the best that you can do. And then 4 copies of Gyarados. We have a choice of a couple different Gyarados. Gyarados EX will not work because Gyarados EX, the EX is part of the name, so don't put that in thinking it adds to the attack damage Magikarp, but you could play Gyarados EX because it does evolve from Magikarp, so as an attacking option. But getting these Gyarados powered up is the downside, so I've chosen this one. Generally, we just want to discard it, but if we want to attack, the first attack for 3 energy watercolors. Colors does 80, and if you have more prize cards remaining in your opponent, 100 more, so 180. It's a water and a double turbo, so we're doing 160. So that's okay. There's times that might be useful, but mostly we just want to chuck it and get rid of it. So that's what it's there for. We're playing 1 copy of Squawkabilly EX because we need to get these Magikarp and Gyarados discarded, so that's why that's there. And then a 2/2 Liepard line because, again, we need to get cards. The discard pile does give us an engine. Trade ability, discard a card from hand, draw 2 cards, so it gets us going. And obviously we got to discard these cards to make the damage work. Plus Ditto, if we're going to have Ditto, even if we had 4 Gyarados in the discard pile, Ditto actually has no attack itself. So unless Magikarp's, at least 1 Magikarp's there, you actually can't attack with Ditto. Now you could attack with Purrloin, but that one's not real good. So those are the Pokemon. 4 double turbo energy, because that's really what we want to do. 3 copies of water energy. I've kind of messed around with this, different amounts, different times. Occasionally the water energy is useful, so I've included it. I'm not, I think 3 is okay because I'm not using it a lot. I'm basically double turboing every turn, which makes the single prize matchups difficult, that's really where the basic energies come in. The problem is we're getting 1 shot every turn, so we can't really take 2 turns to power per Pokemon for the most part. And so that's part of the downside to the deck. Because we're relying on the special energy, I'm playing 2 Roseanne's backup, which it's okay. What it does do, it allows you any combination of these 4. Shuffle a Pokemon for your discard pile into your deck, shuffle a tool card for your discard pile into your deck, shuffle a stadium card for your discard pile into your deck, and shuffle an energy card for your discard pile into your deck. I don't think I'm actually playing any tools, so a tool could help potentially, but not, but deck space is an issue as well, inconsistency. So it's mainly here for the double turbo. We also do play PokéStop, by the way, for PokéStop. And the other cards, the other options are valuable too, potentially, but it's really the energy, and it's really the only way to recover special energy in standard, and that's going to be rotating. So we'll have to think about what we do after that. Of course, this Magikarp rotates anyway, so not for this deck, but for other decks. PokéStop, you discard the top 3 cards of your deck, put any items that were discarded that way into your hand. So we don't like it when we discard the special energy, of course, but we do like it when we discard the Magikarp and the Gyarados, so we just need it, and getting set up is important here. Playing the A-Spec, playing Brilliant Blender. I don't think I've done a deck with this yet either. I'm not sure. Search your deck for 5 cards, discard them, so just trying to turbo the deck a bit, trying to get it going as quickly as possible. So, get 5 Magikarp and Gyarados and just discard them, so that is good. They're also playing 1 copy of Hand Trimmer, and this is, I haven't really used this much in the deck, but it's a concept, right? I'm trying to make this deck work and have some fun with it. Each player discards the top 5. I mean, you discard from your hand until you have 5 cards left. Your opponent does it first. Sometimes it would go in control decks like Snorlax Stall, or potentially a mill deck. But here I'm putting it in because if I have a bunch of cards in hand, including some Magikarp and Gyarados, then I want to get the Gyarados in the Magikarp in the discard pile. So I play the Hand Trimmer, boom, 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 get rid of a couple Pokemon that I want to discard. So another way to try to build the discard pile there. Other discard cards for research, because, that's really good. Also, 4 copies of Explorer's Guidance. You look at the top 6 cards in your deck, 2 in hand, discard the other 4. That way, since you don't have to, you get to keep 2 of the cards, 2 coded hands. It gives you some draw, which is good, and that way we don't have to discard the double turbo energy. So Explorer's Guidance, I like it for that. And I do have 1 copy of Grant. You're fighting Pokemon do 3 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Don't have fighting, so that doesn't help. But during your turn, if Grant's the discard pile, you can discard 2 cards from hand, except for Grant, and to recover the Grant from the discard pile into your hand. We don't care about Grant, but it just lets us discard 2 cards at some point in the game. So it's another way to get our Magikarp and Gyarados into the discard pile as well. And then the other, that's it for supporters, all right? So no gusting, just because I just got to get the deck to work is what I'm trying to do. And of course, no gusting is not good, but it's, this is more of a deck about having some fun and trying something rather than winning at a high rate. Do let me know in the comments what you think would make the deck better. I have been playing it some and refining the list, I will say, but I'm sure it could be better, and there's different tacks to it. So 4 Trekking Shoes, you know what it does. Look at the top card in the deck, put it in your hand, or discard it, and then draw the next card. So some discard, some draw, good there. 2 Hisuian Heavy Balls. This card is losing a lot of these cards with rotation. That's part of what I was thinking, why I'm looking through cards, I'm going to rotate, what things do I want to play, which is why I said, let me give this Magikarp a try. Anyway, the point is, Hisuian Heavy Ball is really good. Look at your face-down prize cards, put a basic Pokemon there, you get into your hand, because we need to get the Magikarps out of there. We'd like to get the Gyarados out as well, the prizes, but we can't do that until we draw them as prizes. Hisuian Heavy Ball is really good. We're going to miss that in a lot of decks. That's the real point there. 2 copies of Night Stretcher. It's just good with the deck. 2 Pal Pads. Probably don't... You could drop 1, maybe even 2. You probably could, and put something else in. So that's one of the thoughts with what you want to do to try to make the deck better. 1 copy of Super Rod, just good there, and then some more discard for Ultra Balls, and 2 Earthen Vessels, right? Which are good cards in and of themselves, and they let us discard. So that's the deck, and that's what we got. So let's take a look at the deck in action, and then after that, I will talk. Just kind of give my thoughts on the deck and thoughts for what I might be able to do to upgrade the deck. All right, choose heads here. Sorry, just looking at some stuff there for a minute. I'll go first. I went first last game trying to be aggro but the odds. But I couldn't even get 90 damage on my first turn. So yeah, let me just kind of get going. And the nice thing about going first, I can manually attach an energy, and that's okay too. So I can't use my supporters. This is actually really terrible. Turn 1. Maybe I should play Carmen. I'm not playing Carmen. Because I was thinking I'd go second with this deck. Obviously, I switched up. I went first. That was my choice. Second's probably better with this deck. So anyway, we will see what happens. See if when my opponent gets started. Like, there should be a clock going on my opponent, right? There are timing issues both. I play Pocket and live, and there are timing issues both ways. So let's... Oh, well, this is good. So I can do Gyarados, and I'll do that. I hope I have Squawkabilly. I only have 1, right? A deck that needs it should probably play 2. I'm going to attach to the Magikarp because I don't have anything I want to recover, right? No, I do not want to recover. I mean, I could play the Night Stretcher. It doesn't matter. It would get discarded again. All right, well, that's not terrible. I'll take that to hand. Let me do this. Get a Gyarados to the discard pile. I'm liking that. Thin my deck a little bit. Then I'll play the Trekking Shoes, and I'll bench the Ditto. I don't need the Roseanne backup next turn. What's the damage at this point? Not much, but I'm not gonna play the PokéStop because I don't want to help my opponent. I'm not sure what their plan is. Pheasantipity goes in a lot of decks, right? So the PokéStop may help my opponent set up, and I don't want to do that, right? That's what I'll say. Now, I could, if I hit a double turbo, I could attack with Vengeful Storm. All right, so it's Goldengo. So they like PokéStop. So, yeah, so they're a PokéStop. They're built to play PokéStop. So probably was correct in not playing it. Was that Secret Box? What was the ace spec? I mean, they're going to play it, I assume. Oh, Energy Search Pro. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Searches for a whole bunch of basic energies. So... Oh, okay. So, with Iron Bundle, he's tricky. But I mean, I'm glad I have the Ditto. The problem is right now I don't have a basic to copy. So, but I have PokéStop. So if they Hyper Blower me, I send up Ditto. And one of the annoying things is switching between Pocket and Live. Like, how do I send things from the bench to the active? It's different between the two decks, and that gets a bit annoying. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm not going to probably get what I need, though. It's not terrible, though, right? It's not terrible. I will get... I'll get a Purrloin. That's what I'll do. And I guess, and I'm not going to attach the energy. I could attach the energy, but I might want to discard the energy next turn, right? Because depending what I draw, I might be better to play the other card and just end turn there. That's not terrible. It's not great. In fact, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad, but it is what. I mean, I could have, I guess, attached the energy, retreated into Magikarp, but they might just keep hyper. They probably just play the one Iron Bundle. They can recover it, of course. They have with a Night Stretcher, right, to hand, and so they could gust me any turn they want. So I assume they're taking a prize here. They don't play. What did they get back with that? They got back in energy. Okay, that's fine there. I mean, that makes it less likely I get Iron Bundle Hyper Blowered again, right? Because now they have more work to do to recover the Iron Bundle. It's one less card to get it, and obviously, they could get it back in the deck with a rod. I don't know if they play that though. So we'll see. Okay, so that evolved the Togepi, Togepi, I guess. I'm horrible at the pronunciations of many words. So Pokemon names, if I'm not good at pronunciations in general, Pokemon names are going to be even worse, right? I think is fair to say. So hopefully you just take it as a quirk of mine and try not to get annoyed by it. That's my best advice. My pronunciation, I've improved pronunciation of a few things, but I'm not. It's not going to be a huge improvement. So what are they going to do? I'm surprised. Now I'd love to send up the mat. That's kind of a weird play there, but okay. So I'll get rid of. Do I want to keep the rod? I'm trying to think. I'll PokéStop first. I'm trying to think the sequence, the order of this. All right, so I lost an energy that I really wanted, right? That's the bad news. That's really bad. The Grant is good to discard. The energy is the bad thing, right? That one's bad. So I could grab an energy or something. Just end turn. I mean, it's not a good spot, but it could be worse. If they knock out the Magikarp, then I can attack with the Ditto. I could have got an energy back to attach to the Ditto. The Night Stretcher means I can get back a basic energy, attach with the Magikarp. The Liepard, I can discard the Magikarp, which is good too, which gets me a Magikarp for Ditto to use, and such. So I mean, that turn wasn't terrible. My opponent didn't do anything. They're being very slow in developing. Look, when they see my deck, they know, they probably feel pretty confident, which I would not blame them for that. They didn't attach any energy though. That part's a little odd, right? I guess they've just been busy discarding it, which seems a little weird. What was that, just basic energy retrieval? It was. So I'm gonna send it up. Maybe they needed the card off the Goldengo, so they can take potentially 2 prizes, right? When they knock me out, they flip a coin. If heads, they take an extra prize. So that's not great. But I can't one-shot Goldengo. That's what's really problematic here. So it's been a slow start to the game for me, and my opponent's been a little slow too. Am I going to take a prize? That's my question with this game, right? So like at this point, I would say a win for this game is to take a prize. And when you play a deck like this, that's the way to look at it, right? Winning isn't just winning the game. It's one of those things, like, right, you have the NFL season's winding down. Everyone wants to win the Super Bowl. Research, I'm liking that. That's actually very good. I had a problem. I don't want to lose the energy, right? That is one thing. So a Ditto is good. So what do I want to do here? I guess, I mean, the energy part, I still have a decent amount of energy. I don't have any switching cards, so I want to... I guess I just research here. Well, I'm going to rod back the energies, which is bad in the one sense it decreases the odds of hitting them, but I think I'm going to need this energy, and I don't want to attach it this turn, so... Research, give me a double turbo. Got that. That's good. What's prized? I don't even remember. I should know better than this, but I don't. Okay, 1 Gyarados. All right, so I can attack for a little bit of damage. It's not as bad as it could be, right? That's what I will say. I don't want to risk losing. So I don't need this guy. Just discard him. Okay, Purrloin's good because I have another. This guy I want for sure. So that's good. I'll drop down the Purrloin. So now, I got stuff happening. This is set up as well as this deck set up. Doing 140. What is it? Turn 3 for me? Turn 4 or whatever it is. It's not a good feeling, mind you, but does it? So that was my second turn, or is that my 4th turn? Is it? I try to remember. Does it count each person's turn? 1. So my 4th turn, I did 140 damage. So that's not good. Look, the deck can do better than this, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get knocked out. They may take 2 prizes. They don't want to use Hyper Blower though, because I want to send up the Magikarp. I'm trying to think. Did this deck play? No, this deck did not play Klefki. So they get back. I mean, at some point they can take 3 prizes with Squawkabilly. Squawkabilly doesn't matter. Well, I mean, they're looking to take 3 knockouts to win the game, is what I'd say, right? Which could be 3 single prize Pokemon, but with heads with Togekiss, but with Squawkabilly, it's still 1 Squawkabilly and 2 single prize. 1, 2, 3. They still need to hit. They still need to hit 2 heads on Togekiss, so they probably have to take 4 knockouts, 4 prizes, and then the Squawkabilly increases the odds. They still, obviously, Squawkabilly helps. So, all right, they're getting set up there. I mean, I assume they're not going to do Iron Bundle. So they're going to take out the Squawkabilly. I will, if they leave him active, then I'll take attack with Ditto because he gets the knockout. That's the safer bet there. That's what I'd say. They're going to easily knock me out. So I could play, give me a Tails, please. All right, good. That's good. Every Tails helps, too. So I'll take him out with Ditto. I cannot one-shot anything, though. Well, I can one-shot. I actually can one-shot the Pheasantipity. I can't one-shot the Goldengo on the bench. That's the one thing I can't. So I have knockout. So I will... I mean, it's not terrible. All right, so get rid of PokéStop. That's the stadium they play as well, right? A Hand Trimmer. Oh, Hand Trimmer could be good, though, right? I probably want to Hand Trimmer them, right? So if 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have anything I want to discard though, right? So that's part. So 1, 2. What's my situation here? So do I want to hand trimmer myself? I think I want to hand trimmer them though, right? I'll attach here so it doesn't affect me, which is okay. Just get rid of some cards, thin them down some though. That's, you know, it's a bit annoying. I could have used Liepard and to get in, could have held off the energy as well. Played the Liepard, seeing what I would do. I could have thinned things down. Could have got one more like Magikarp in the discard pile. So, okay. So that was useful. I do take the knockout here. Might as well chuck this guy down as well. My bench is full. I'll just take the knockout here. Not doing big damage. You know, 140 is enough to two-shot a lot of things. Not everything, of course. So 2 prizes. So there we go. 2 prizes in 1 sense. And I think I could take another prize or 2. Potentially, I could, okay, pulled the Gyarados, so that's another 20 damage. Or no, 30 damage. I apologize. So obviously getting what do I have? 1 Magikarp? 2 Magikarp, but getting the first Magikarp was really critical. So they're going to knock me out easily. I want to attack with Magikarp because that's just a good play. Look, they're going to, you know, I have a Magikarp. I can power up with 1 energy. I have Ditto. I have, okay, my energy spot. I have 1 energy left in deck, and I have a Roseanne's backup, right? Let me look. I played 1, so... Roseanne's backup gets back 1 energy. It's not great. It's not great, but plus I don't have any way to draw it. You know, to search it out. Special energy, recovery, and search is certainly very, very limited in standard. So, yeah. So look, I mean, you know, with the cards I got rid of, how much did I hurt them? Right. That's kind of one of the questions. You know, because waiting on Hand Trimmer could have been better too, but they got rid of a Togekiss, that's fine. They got rid of 1 Superior Energy Retrieval, and they got rid of 1 Night Stretcher. Those are the big cards that they miss, right? So just their energy recovery is big for them, but they don't need a ton of it. So they're down to 1 Superior Energy Retrieval, and that might be it for energy recovery. So that's the good news. If I had another, no, but Hand Trimmer goes to 5, so okay, so because they only get rid of 2, that's the thing. So, and I don't one-shot him. And if they hit heads, they still need to hit. So if they hit heads next turn, they win. And I don't take a knockout. I have no gusting. I could play like Iron Bundle, I guess, just for Hyper Blower. But I don't think was that the Iron Bundle from the discard pile. That's what I'm trying to check here. It is. Okay, so it's not terrible. So I will play this, just thin things down. I have enough energy to attack. At most, I have 2 attacks left in this deck. So, and I guess I just keep digging. I guess I'll get rid of the PokéStop. I mean, I could deck out too, but I mean, you know, I'm gonna go losing prizes. Oh, got a Magikarp. Okay, which I can discard next turn. But again, I don't one-shot anything. Okay, I mean, I can one-shot the Pheasantipity next turn, though. I will say that. So, but it doesn't. They're going to attack with Goldengo. If they flip heads, they win the game. If they flip tails, they probably win next turn. Right, is where it's at. So they don't play Palkia, so they can't attack with Radiant Greninja would be great for them too with a Palkia deck, right? Because that's 2 easy prizes there for game as well. But you know, they don't play. I don't know that you can play it with these new builds. I mean, you could, but you know, now with the what's the ace spec called again? The Energy Search Pro. You know, they have a big spread of energy, so you need metals for attacking, plus like 1 of every type. So the last Superior Energy Retrieval, which gets them more than enough energy to close out the game, right? That is the last one, right? I believe, yeah. But you know, so that. Because they only need to discard this turn, they discard 1. Next turn, they need to discard 2. We'll see what they take out. Okay, take out him. Doesn't really matter. Do they flip heads? I will. I mean, potentially. I don't know if what they can attack with next turn. So that's the question, right? They'd have to discard 2 energies, but they have at least 2 more energies. So if they flip tails, oh, the game continues. Flipped heads, they won the game. So, okay. I mean, hey, without Togekiss, this game might have gone differently. I will say that. Because they need at least 1 more turn. They would have needed, what, 2 more turns without those 2 heads. So, and maybe I could have gotten them not to. I could have run them out of resources on that. So anyway, I came up short with the game, but you know, all the deck, you know, the deck can do better, but that does kind of show the deck, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. All right, up against an opponent with a brand new account, so maybe that means a win. I don't know. I kind of think it probably doesn't. Just my mic a tiny bit there. We'll see. I mean, they may be an experienced player, right? And maybe they even have a lot of cards. I don't know. Probably not, though, right? Brand new account probably means less cards. Anyway, so okay, it's going slow, which is that's the biggest downside to new players. Look, new players are great for the game. So new players can be super slow because they're not sure what to do. Like, hey, if I play a brand new game, all right, start Magikarp. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. My first or second, by the way. So it's okay. So they're playing the Charizard starter deck, which is the starter deck I recommend for new players. I have a recent video on that, as well as an upgrade that you can do for free. So yeah. So let's see. They're first because they're Charizard. They want to get their basics so they can evolve in Rare Candy turn 2. I don't remember what the Rare Candy count is for the starter deck. Might be a modified deck as well. I don't know. I got some weird sound in my headset right now. I'm not quite sure what it is. Just, I don't know. Maybe it's just my voice. The weird sound I hear is maybe just my voice. So, okay, take a couple mulligans. I like that. And, I mean, no. I mean, they're not going to mess with my hand. So, Moltres. So, this is probably the, is that the Moltres in, they do play the Moltres, right? I think that was one of the first cards I, played. So now the Moltres has free retreat. What does it do? It does 120 to one of my bench Pokemon, so which isn't terrible. It's not good. Maybe I can knock him out though. That's, you know, can I win this game? I can. It's maybe the starter deck. That's certainly not the best build of Charizard, so that helps. Their deck is still better than my deck. I am hitting them for weakness with the Magikarp as well. PokéStop, Trekking Shoes, it's Heavy Ball, Explorer's Guide. It's not a terrible hand to start with, I gotta say. So, Water Energy. Let me see what's prized first. All right, Squawkabilly, that's what I want for sure. And the double turbo. So, okay, it's got to be. So I want to take a knockout here. I want to get a double turbo. That's what I want to do. So I'm gonna Trekking Shoes first. Sure, I'll take a Ditto. Bench him. Do I want to... I'll do Squawkabilly first and see what I get, right? I don't... Do I want to get rid of... I don't think I want to get rid of all my energies at this point, so I will Squawk and Seize. Get me an energy, and I might, you know, let's see what happens. Brilliant Blender, that's really good, actually, right? So... Okay, so hopefully I can attack here. So I want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I should have ditched the Magikarp first, right? But I can attack. I just need 1. I'm attacking that. So that's okay. So now I have the knockout. What do I have for energy? I should have 3 in here, right? And I have the research. So I'm gonna bench him, play the research. And there's nothing, right, there's not a Pokemon. Let me just double check the discard pile. There's not a Pokemon I want. Nope. So research, give me a double turbo, and I got 2, so that's super awesome. Okay, so I don't want to use, do I have? Sure, I'll take him into hand. I don't know that I need him. So do this. I guess I fill my bench. I think my one, no, I'll just attack. It's not bad. So 140, boom, there we go. Hit because I'm hitting for. So that's awesome, right? I do hit for weakness, right? Let me double check that because maybe I didn't. Is he? No, he's Lightning Weak. Okay, Moltres is Lightning Weak. That's what I was trying to think. I said, wait, that number wasn't what it should have been for weakness, because I discarded five Pokemon, right? I know I'm playing Double Turbo, so it's if I so because I don't hit, because well, he's Lightning Weak, so the Charmander is weak to water, so that's good. So evolving, so I'm going to take a knockout on the Pidgeotto. That's really good. Oh, he has free retreat, so he might switch things up. Probably gonna. He wants to get the Charizard set, though. Okay, so he's just gonna... so they're gonna hit me for 20. So they probably should have... I think I got a cough. I was laughing. So maybe, I don't know. I mean, I think I would attach to the bench, because then they actually do one-shot me with the Charmeleon. So, oh, okay. So that's a little awkward. So what's going to happen? I don't have any switching cards. Let's see what they do here. Ditto can attack, though, so Ditto's fine. I'm assuming they're a newer player, trying to figure out what to do. Right, that's my guess, is a new player, which is all good. So, again, things are slow, so that, new player being slow, that's okay. That's fully understandable. At this point, though, they should decide what they're doing, as I'd say. So I don't want to have to attach the Double Turbo to the Purrloin. So I do want to take out that Pidgeotto, though. All right, so how do I want to work this? I guess I want to dig in the deck a little bit more. Maybe I want to keep the research, because I don't really love the Pal Pads. All right. So Liepard. Let me do Liepard, because I would like to get a basic energy. That would be ideal. But I may need to... Okay, so I'm going to evolve him. I will get rid of an Ultra Ball. The Ultra Ball, I'm okay with that. Because my damage numbers are fine. That's a bit ugly. All right, I will basically, I've gotten rid of all my energies at this point. Well, all my they're either in play or on my hand, my Double Turbo. So let's see. Unfortunately, I'm out of basic energy. Earthen Vessel would have been great for me, so I do want to take the knockout. So I'm going to attach to retreat. I don't like that. That could ruin my game for sure. And what I got rid of the Super Rod, and I'm down to the Night Stretcher. So I can only recover one basic energy, so I can't use, so I'm down to, all I can use is my Double Turbos the rest of this game. So I don't know that I can win the game now. Can I? I guess I have to now two-shot that Charizard EX. Assuming hopefully they can't evolve, though. That's the good, right? The best thing for me is that they don't have Charizard EX, right? If they do, I have to two-shot him, and they can't get anything else in play, or they can knock me out, right? Because that's a good sign that they can't attack, can't evolve. In which case, I do have game, right? Because I will just knock them. Iono. Okay, so see what happens. So 6 chances for Charizard EX, plus it plays Ultra Ball, I assume. Oh, so this is a bit disastrous. My energy is now all on the bottom of my deck as well. Oh, okay, but wait. So the energy's on my bottom of my deck. So this impacts what I want to do here. I need to try to shuffle my deck, which I can't do right now. So I know PokéStop's safe, that I won't lose energy, because it's all on the bottom of my deck. My bottom whatever slots. I have to send up Ditto. I mean, I could send up something else to try to buy time, but I think I want to try to make this happen. So I'll set up the Ditto. And I got to get Double Turbo. There's 3 in the deck, right? I think there's none in the discard pile. Or there is. There's 2 in the deck. That's right. I had to retreat into 1. So I need something to allow me to shuffle the deck. That's... Okay, they shouldn't have put 4 energy there, so that's a mistake. I could try to just slow the game down. Let me think here. I need something to shuffle the deck. That's what I need. I'm going to set up a Ditto and hope I can attack. I'm going to hope I can attack, right? So, I mean, if they get I can potentially have 2 attacks left this game. And if they knock out a Ditto, I can still, I can recover from that as well. So I will use PokéStop because there should not be, oh, that's good. I can get back in energy. So that shuffles my deck, which is good, right? So PokéStop first, get rid of non-energy cards. Hand Trimmer, which isn't terrible. Doesn't do anything. Okay, so I want to, I guess I need to Roseanne's backup because I need to shuffle, mix up my deck. So Roseanne's backup, put back, I really just want the energy, right? I want to hit energy, so I just put back the energy. It shuffles my deck. That's what's really good about it. So now I'll Trekking Shoes first. And I'll say no, because I don't need this. I don't need the discard. I need to, all right, I need to get rid of something from hand, right? So I will just get rid of Hand Trimmer, I guess. Because I can't see, and I need to hit energy. And I did, so okay, good. So I kind of, right, look, I played that turn okay, is what I'll say. All right, so what am I doing for damage? So I do 2-shot them now, right? So that's the good news. I'm doing 170, so I think they're left with, is it oh, I do 170, sorry. So they're left with 160, yeah. So I do take them. If I hit double turbo, next turn I can attack again and finish them off. They obviously knock out my Ditto. If they try to gust up something else, I have to attach a double turbo to retreat, which I guess is kind of the same thing. So they're going to knock out my Ditto. If they can't do anything, all right, Iono, that's not bad. It's not bad, I guess. Got the double turbo. Well, that's awesome, and I can discard the Magikarp to kind of boost my damage. Problem is, if they bench anything, I lose the game. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I knock them out. Right now, they might not be able to bench anything. That's what I'm thinking, right? They should have slapped something down if they had it, because they know I can potentially knock them out. If that Ditto did 170, so can the next Ditto, if I can power them up, of course, which now, fortunately, I can. I think I was in a decent... Okay, I lose PokéStop. Okay, well, that's a good play. Good play. Again, they're being a little slow, but hey, my timer is actually less than theirs, so... they haven't done a lot. They, with these, they're being slow. So again, probably a new player. So that's not a good play, right? They should have used, right? They don't need extra energy on the Charizard. Okay, they're gonna. So that attach. Okay, well that wasn't a good play, right? They should have had something, a basic Pokemon in their deck, and they should have got that in play. So I just finish them off, unfortunately. Right, the TM evolution, they're gonna lose. Right, which if you don't want it, you can just play it to thin, but and I think I just have so I just take them out. So there we go, and I could have done 30 more damage as well, so that's good. I was down to my last energy. That's kind of how this deck goes as well. So I'm up against someone that I assume was a new player, and I barely won. Now it was up, because even as a brand new player with a starter deck, their deck is better than mine. They made were probably some bad decisions, but hey, new player, learning the game, that's okay, and got the win, so that's good. Again, you get a few wins. You can even beat players that are a little moving up in the rank too, so that's good as well. So anyway, got the win and pleased about that. All right, so just closing the video with a few thoughts on the deck. Look, this Magikarp it's not great. We all know that. So, but I just wanted to play it, and you can get some knockouts for sure. And even up against good decks, you can get a few knockouts, and you can get the occasional win if everything goes your way. That's kind of where the deck is. I think the Liepard engine's fair. There's a different Gyarados. Let me just show you what your options are there. I always misspell that one, right? Oops, not cap lock, but I think there's one more Gyarados. So there's the EX, you could play that, but you need a lot of water energy, so I'm not playing that. Then this is the one I'm playing. This one does 200 damage, which is, but mine does 200 damage as well. It does get rid of energy, but you have to discard cards, so I don't think that one's good. This one damages, the one I'm playing damages itself for 200, but it's really here for the first 180, which there are times you can get in a second energy attachment and use that. The other one is this Gyarados, 10 less HP, but that doesn't really matter. The retreat cost is 1 less, but it's 3 still. It doesn't matter. Wreak Havoc for 1 colorless, so you can power it up easily. You flip a coin so you get tails. It's you disc for each heads. You discard the top 2 cards your opponent's deck. It's not a great mill attack though. So this one, Gyarados, I would probably attack with more often. But it's not a good attack, right? So I think the Gyarados I'm playing gives the better attack, again. So I think this is the right Gyarados. You could split them up too, and you could have some split between the two. That wouldn't be a problem either. So you think you take what you want there. Energies, I really, if you played it. The special energy is really the key here. You could probably cut a basic energy. I don't know. I mean, you keep the Earthen Vessel because you need the discarding, but the energies aren't that great in the deck. So you could change the basics you use occasionally, right? So I think I like the 3 because I can kind of, once every 4 or 5 games, I attack. Every once in a while, I will attack with 2 water energies, right? And if you only play 2, there's a good chance you can't do it. With 3, you can do it occasionally when you have the double attachment time, so that's okay. What do I like? I like Brilliant Blender. It's fun. It kind of you need it in a deck like this. Hand Trimmer is kind of a fun little inclusion. It's not great, though. I haven't really used it to take advantage of myself. I've annoyed my opponents with it more than anything else. The Pal Pads, that's probably what's not necessary. I'll say PokéStop. I think the deck needs it. The problem is you hate to lose your energies when you play it, but I don't know. So, and the Pal Pad, that probably isn't necessary. You can cut that. You could put Carmen in the deck. I think it needs the Roseanne's backup. Grant is fine. It could be useful, so I like it in the deck. I would keep the 1 copy. I like Explorer's Guidance and Research. I think the supporter line is solid. Trekking Shoes is very good. 2 heavy balls. You could cut it to 1. You need at least 1. A second one because you've got to get that Magikarp isn't a bad thing. The other card you could put in, let me think. Because I'm not playing a tool in this deck. So counter gain, this counter gain maybe should go in the deck. That's the other card I'm thinking of. So put counter gain. I'm thinking maybe put a counter gain or 2, maybe 2 counter gains in the deck, and drop the 2 Pal Pads. The counter gain you can attack for 1 less energy from behind the prizes. You're going to find yourself trailing in these games a lot, right? So that's not bad to help with the attack cost. And if you put that in, don't cut the energies to make space because you got to hit the basic energy because then 1 energy and the counter gain you can attack. So I would probably cut at that point. I would probably cut the Pal Pads because the Pal Pad. I would cut 2 Pal Pads and put in 2 counter gains. So I think that would make the deck a little bit better. Anyway, it's a fun deck. So if you like trying out some stuff like this, give it a go. It's very cheap to craft. Because it's the Gyarados is a rare, so that's a little bit more. But the Magikarp, the Ditto, all real common cards. I do believe Ditto's a rare as well. But Ditto's a great card, so hopefully you have that already and have had fun with it. And it's just when you want to just have some silly fun, this is a type of deck you want to grab. So anyway, so give it a try, take care, have fun, and play some Pokemon.